The Macondo Oil Well and Gulf of Mexico challenges live on. The nightmare well is dead, or so they say, but the Gulf Coast bad dream is far from over, and oil, natural gas, methane is still seeping up from the seabed or the seafloor all around the blown out well. In other words, it could be going on for a long time. Federal officials declared on Sunday that the well where the Deepwater Horizon rig exploded had finally been killed, at least as far as they were concerned. Workers drilled a relief well into the damaged one and sealed it with cement. Its official end came 11 years after Texaco first sank an exploratory well near that same spot, 50 miles, 80 kilometers, out in the Gulf of Mexico, then moved on after finding it unprofitable. When BP plc purchased the rights to explore for oil there in 2008, it held an in-house well naming contest. The winning team chose the name Macondo, after the mythical town from Gabriel Garcia Marquez's novel 100 Years of Solitude. Carved out of a paradise of dampness and silence, the Macondo of the story is a cursed place, a metaphor for the fate awaiting those too arrogant to heed warning signs. BP's name choice came to seem prescient last April 20th. That day, an explosion on the oil rig, which had drilled the well and was in the process of capping it, killed 11 men instantly and started a slow-motion disaster that has jeopardized the livelihoods of legions of fishermen, hotel and restaurant workers, drilling employees, and others, and has exhausted many people. In the 3 months before a temporary cap stemmed the flow from the blown-out well, more than 172 million gallons of oil and millions of cubic feet of natural gas spewed into Gulf waters. Supposedly, some 50 million gallons of oil was burned or skimmed, but the rest, or most of it, sank to the bottom of the ocean. For those most directly affected by the spill, the ones who still await BP checks for lost wages and revenues, who live on beaches where oil mats are just now coming ashore. Yes, oil will be coming ashore for a very long time. The feeling of helplessness remains raw, like a freshly stitched wound. If you had to live with all the uncertainty for all those months, says Mike Helmer, a fishing guide out of Louisiana, I can promise you it's not easy, and it's not over. Again, and it's not over. At the whale's supposed death, Associated Press reporters who covered the disaster checked in with scientists awaiting test results, with business and legal analysts seeking answers and resolutions, and with Gulf residents looking to an uncertain future and struggling against the quicksand of forgetfulness that consumed the fictional Macondo. Before the smoke even cleared, fingers of blame were pointing in many directions. BP's internal investigation, released earlier this month, accused subcontractor Halliburton of improperly cementing the well. It blamed rig owner Transocean Limited for problems with the blowout preventer on the seafloor, a mile down. It even pointed at itself, acknowledging that if the results of a critical pressure test had been correctly interpreted, workers would have known something was horribly wrong in time to do something about it. It was a BP engineer who once described Macondo as a nightmare well. In other words, prophecy coming true. Yes, it's time. And also, like I say, this will be going on for a very long time to come into the future. While the company's report went a long way toward previewing its legal strategy and explaining how a bubble of explosive gas made a 3-mile, 4.8-kilometer journey from the bottom of the well to the drilling rig, it has left many questions unanswered. So, those questions will be addressed by government investigators, other companies' investigations, congressional committees, and by examinations of key pieces of evidence plucked from the seafloor. Some of those probes are looking specifically at factors BP downplayed, including the company's well design. Yes, what happened to safety first? The conclusions will help determine who is liable for the worst offshore oil spill in U.S. history, and what share of the blame and of the bill the various companies with ties to the rig and its equipment will be responsible for. Based on an upper estimate of the oil spill, BP and others could be fined up to $5.4 billion for violating water pollution laws, or up to $21 billion if gross negligence is found, which is, yes, part of the story. The blowout preventer, perhaps the most critical piece of evidence, now sits under guard at a NASA faculty in Louisiana, awaiting forensic analysis. The whole matter of the BOP, whether it worked or didn't work, could change the whole outcome of the whole investigation, said an attorney representing a host of plaintiffs in the consolidated federal court case. The examination, however, is not set to begin until at least October 1st, according to internal emails and court documents obtained by AP. Meanwhile, scientists with the U.S. Geological Survey are analyzing pieces of debris that rained down on an adjacent cargo ship, the Damon Bankston, during the blast. This rock-like debris, which could be cement or chunks from the seafloor, will also help piece together what went wrong inside the whale. To drill or not to drill? One of the supreme ironies of this disaster is that many of those hurt most by the spill find themselves having to defend the industry that caused it, while acknowledging that we are only slightly better prepared to handle a big spill now than we were 5 months ago. Gulf state officials have joined oil interests in fighting a federal moratorium on deepwater drilling. A government report released on Thursday says the ban may have temporarily cost 8,000 to 12,000 jobs on oil rigs and elsewhere. And again, there's something much more going on here. Yes, prophecy is coming true, and it's time. Again, Ezekiel chapter 13, verse 20. Wherefore, thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I am against your pillows, wherewith ye there hunt the souls to make them fly, and I will tear them from your arms, and will let the souls go, even the souls that ye hunt, to make them fly. 21. Your kerchiefs also will I tear, and deliver my people out of your hand, and there shall be no more in your hand to be hunted, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. 22. Because with lies ye have made the heart of the righteous sad, whom I have not made sad, and strengthened the hands of the wicked, that he should not return from his wicked ways, by promising him life. 23. Therefore ye shall see no more vanity, nor divine divinations, For I will deliver my people out of your hand, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. And these are more signs of the end times, transition days, which is a continuing daily process happening all around the world.